What's going on YouTube? I am back with another video, and in this one I want to show you guys some cards that I am sending to PSA, as well as open this package, which contains a card I'm hoping to be able to send to PSA. Obviously it's something that I picked up on Instagram, and it's still sealed. I have not seen the card in person, but I'm really hoping that the condition checks out, and I will be able to send that one to PSA as well. So I want to go ahead and open that on camera. And then before we do get into everything that I'm about to send to PSA, I just wanted to talk a little bit about PSA currently. They are taking quite a bit longer currently than they have, I would say, maybe 2 to 3 months ago. They are, I have cards there at Value Bulk, I have cards at Value Plus, and I actually have one card at Regular, which is supposed to be really, really fast. It's like 10 business days or faster, and they are all taking a really, really long time. I actually have one Value Bulk order in particular where it's 15 of my cards and then 5 cards from someone else. Someone actually tried to make my last group submission. They sent them in a little bit late, but it actually worked out perfectly because I needed a few more to send at that Value Bulk level. So I do have a 20 card Value Bulk order that has been sitting at PSA. It arrived to PSA on February 23rd, and literally yesterday just moved from step 3, which is research and ID, finally moved to grading after a month sitting in research and ID. So that just tells you a little bit about Value Bulk. That's why some of my more recent submissions I have sent at Value Plus and Regular, which I will say they are moving faster than Value Bulk, but still taking quite a long time. And now for Value Plus, so I do have 2 orders currently there at Value Plus. One's a 4-card order, one's a 3-card order. The 4-card order should be done any day. It's been in assembly for probably 3 to 4 days now. The other one, which I sent at the same time I sent as the regular order. So if you guys remember, I showed you a Victor Wembanyama Prism Cracked Ice. I did actually go ahead and send that one at regular because I thought, well, first of all, I wanted it back really quick. And second of all, I thought it had a really good shot to get a 10. And 10s do over $1,000. So if I sent it at Value Bulk or Value Plus, it was probably going to get an upcharge. So I just went ahead and sent it at that regular level. Well, the 3-card order at Value Plus actually just changed to assembly today. So it's through grading. It changed to assembly. And the regular order with the Wembanyama is still in grading. So, you pay $75 for regular. And as of right now, it is slower than Value Plus. So PSA just seems all over the place and very, very behind. So I just wanted to mention that if you guys are sending a PSA, I'm sure if you guys have been actively sending, you've probably noticed that as well. I have seen a few people talk about that on Instagram, that it is taking significantly longer than it was a few months ago. So just wanted to talk about that a little bit, but let's go ahead and get into what I am sending to PSA. Now, I would like to send these 3 at like a Value Bulk level or even like a special. I know they just announced a modern card special, I believe for $17. And the nice thing about those specials is you don't have to send in 20 cards. So with Value Bulk, you do have to send in 20 cards. With the modern specials, I believe it's like a 10-card minimum. So obviously, I'm not quite there. I could probably find a few random cards around the house to get to that 10. But I did look at these 3 cards. So I picked up, excuse me, 2 of these cards came from that show at the Eastgate Mall. And then one I have just had for a little while. And I thought it looked pretty good. So I might send these at either Value Bulk or that modern special. I know someone recently actually did reach out to me that had a big, a good amount of cards that they wanted to grade with PSA. And for anyone out there who is interested in sending to PSA and you have a large order of like, ideally I've been saying 50, but that's, so the minimum that I'm doing for individuals is 50 cards if you don't need a valuation. If you do need a valuation, that price is a little bit more, so I can actually send less of those, maybe like 30 to 40, somewhere in there. So someone did reach out. If they get those to me pretty soon, I might just go ahead and throw these in with theirs. So we'll see what happens there. But first up, the Caitlin Clark Bowman Chrome. So these, as PSA 10s, do like 180, and I would love to get this card back before the tournament ends, but I think the tournament ends like the first week of April. There's pretty much no shot of that happening, so I'll probably just send it in, you know, again at that cheaper level. Whenever it comes back, that's when it comes back. And then the CJ Stroud Airborne. I was a little concerned about this one because if you guys remember from that show video, the person I got this from did actually have a lot of graded cards, so I thought they probably looked at it, but honestly, I thought it looked pretty good. I think there were two like very, very small dimples on the card, but not super noticeable, and I don't think that would take it away from getting a 10. So I thought that one was worth it. And then we did have one of these Victor Wembanyama Prism Monopoly base cards lying around, so I thought it looked pretty good, worth giving it a shot. I think as 10s, these do like over $100. So we'll go ahead and send that one in as well. And this one, it is still sealed. I did the best I could to look at it, and you know, even if it did look good, good enough to send, I was still kind of up in the air. Like even if it did check out, which honestly I didn't really see anything wrong with it. Centering does look good. I didn't, you know, looking at it through the one touch, you can't for sure see everything, but I did the best I could, and I thought it looked pretty solid, but I think I am just gonna hold it as is for now. I still haven't really made up my mind if I want to take the chance and grade it, if I want to save it for those national fire packs, if I want to you know, just maybe try to do a quick flip if anyone out there is interested. I don't know, if you're interested in the card and you want to try to make a deal, feel free to hit me up. Maybe we can work something out. I just can't make up my mind on what I want to do with it, so I'm just gonna hold it as is for now. But you guys can tell, I mean, looks super clean, centering looks good, it's still sealed, so you know, I haven't looked at it super close, but I didn't see anything wrong with it. So there's that. And now let's go ahead and get into the package. So I'm hoping that I can send this one at value plus. We'll see. I picked it up from that same guy so he actually, if you saw my most recent mail day, he sent in the, gosh, what did I pick up? I picked up the Oscar Thompson Monopoly to 10. Gosh, I can't even remember now. I'm trying to think. I can't remember. I picked up, I think, like 3 pretty big cards from him. They're all at PSA. And it was the package that came like halfway open. I was really concerned that the cards were actually still in there or not. So this one was taped up better for sure. Appreciate that. But we worked out another deal. He hit me up and said he pulled this card, which I had actually already picked up this card from him in the past. So it's kind of crazy that he actually pulled another one. So his luck with opening boxes has been pretty crazy lately. He hit CJ Stroud Prism Disco, this card, I forget what else he said. I think a couple more Wembanyama Prism Monopolies. So yeah, his luck's been pretty crazy lately. Excuse me. And he always reaches out to me to see if I'm interested in anything. And I thought this one, just from the picture that he sent on Instagram, I thought it looked really good as far as like centering. And really, you know, that's all you can really look at on a picture without seeing it in person. So just seeing that picture that he sent, I thought the centering looked really good. So let's go ahead and get it out of that team bag. Move that off to the side. I am definitely going to look at this one to send to PSA. And you guys can tell, I think the centering looks really good. Maybe a little bit off top to bottom. Not 100% perfect, but pretty solid. I think there's like a smudge there, but that's just on the one touch. So I'm definitely going to look at this one and see if this one can grade. So actually, you know what I might actually do is pause this video. I'm going to pause the video, go look at it under the magnifying lens, and I will be right back and let you guys know what I think of this card. So hold on one second, I'll be right back. All right, and I am back after looking at this card under the magnifying lens, and I did just want to say real quick, my face cam did die, the battery did, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up like this. But I did look at this one super close under the magnifying lens. Front of the card looks immaculate. Other than the centering being off maybe just a hair, everything looks super good as far as the front of the card. I definitely think it's still within the PSA 10 parameters for centering. However, on the back, and I don't know if you're going to be able to see it because honestly, I can barely even see it with my naked eye. I really had to look under the magnifying lens. but like down here especially, and a little bit by his name, there's like little black splotches. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it. Let me see if I can focus there. You might be able to see it like that, but yeah, there's like little black, maybe like ink splotches. I'm not 100% sure. So that was definitely concerning. But I did go ahead and look up some of these as PSA 10s on eBay, and I looked at the back of the cards, and there are multiple other PSA 10 examples that have those splotches. It's really, really weird because some do and some don't. So honestly, I'm a little concerned. I don't want to, I don't necessarily want to send it to PSA and get a grader that's like, oh, there's little splotches back here. This is a PSA 5. Or on the other hand, I could get one of those graders who don't really care or overlook it, or I don't know what's going on, and give it a 10. So I have no idea. I'm a little bit up in the air, especially with how I talked about earlier with PSA taking so much longer with grading currently. I don't know if I want to risk the money and time. So yeah, I don't know, something to think about. But overall, I think it could definitely get a 10, but at the same time, I just don't know about those little like splotches. But I'll try to throw up on screen an example of a 10 that has those, and actually I think it had them worse than this card, so I'll throw that up. You guys can check it out. But I'm gonna wrap up this video. So kind of a random video, a little bit of like a mail day / PSA submission / PSA talk, but hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I will see you soon.